Apartheid was the South African government's policy that legally segregated races throughout the society.
Apartheid imposed harsh conditions on non-whites, especially blacks.
It denied them the right to vote or hold office.
Apartheid made blacks live in homelands which deprived them of citizenship.
In the early 1900s, the African National Congress formed. They petitioned the government against apartheid and held peaceful protests.
Civil rights activists in South Africa tried a new tactic for them today. It will sound familiar to Americans who recall the civil rights struggle here in the 60s. The South Africans tried to integrate the public bus system. ABC's Richard Sergey was there.
In the capital city of Pretoria today, blacks tried to board whites-only buses.
We want to get into the buses, or white buses, we want to defy apartheid.
They didn't get on. This driver slammed the door on Pashka Ramakopa, even though he had paid the fare.
I've got the tickets here.
Riot police had to form a human cordon, allowing only white commuters to board the buses. The police are also cracking down on organizers of the civil disobedience campaign. Trevor Manuel has been defying government restrictions on his movement and political activity. He was arrested today in Cape Town. But the defiance campaign is gaining momentum. Confrontations with the police have been almost a daily event in the Cape Town area. Archbishop Tutu has appealed to young militants to stick to peaceful protest.
Let the violence come from the system. Our cause is too noble.
Nationwide elections in which blacks have no vote are just 9 days away. The anti-apartheid movement promises to keep building the defiance campaign until then, and perhaps beyond.
Nelson Mandela was part of the ANC. He organized a campaign for blacks in South Africa to break apartheid laws. He was imprisoned for his involvement.
In 1960, the African National Congress stopped its peaceful protests because of the Sharpeville massacre. This was a turning point in the movement to stop apartheid.
The fight to end apartheid was strengthening, and during the Soweto uprising, a student was killed and the peaceful protest turned into a revolt.
This caused widespread violence in many communities, and in 1990, President F.W. de Klerk released Mandela from prison, legalized the African National Congress, and abolished homelands.
He also held South Africa's first democratic elections, and Nelson Mandela and the ANC swept them. Apartheid was finally over.
De Klerk and Mandela won the Nobel Peace Prize for their help in ending apartheid. South Africa has progressed since apartheid, however they still struggle with poverty and economic problems. The most recent cases of apartheid have happened in Israel because of ethnic and religious differences.